All right, guys, welcome to the Ravit show. And we know our special guest for today is Jérémy Ravenel, who's actually the co founder of Naas.ai app by CashStory. So, we are here to discuss about his project. We have already heard from him that Jupyter Notebook is the new Excel. That's what he believes. So, it will be always fun to know more about what they're building in automation, data analytics, and how it will be helpful because he's a guy who has been a complete finance guy, and then he's turned out to be going into data science, and that's what I like about Jérémy. And without wasting any more time, I guess it's time to get Jérémy on board. So here we go. Hey Jérémy, welcome to the Ravit show. How's it
Hello,
going?
Ravit. It's going good, man. Very good here in Paris. Lockdown because
Amazing.
we're still locked down here, but still doing good.
I know, just been like 3-4 days since it's lockdown now, but
It's
then
actually
yeah.
been 2 weeks because we have a second wave coming. So there is kind of a partial lockdown. It's not as heavy as before, but we still have to stay home most of the time. So yeah, yeah.
All right. I know. I think that's the situation everywhere. It's just that few, obviously, we don't have the lockdown here in India, but yeah, somewhere
Mm,
if we are in the same boat in terms of COVID. So yeah.
exactly.
Okay, we have folks. We have folks joining in. We have Timritis. Hey, Robert. Hey. We have Alok Chilka. Hey, Jamie. Hello, Alok. So we'll be, greeting everyone. I'm just waiting for a few minutes for everyone to join
Yeah,
in, and we can have the discussion going. And also, Jeremy, you know, uh, we actually went on something like 5 passes, free passes. Would you want to let the folks know about what we'll be giving away? By the end of the
yeah.
show, we'll be announcing 5 winners. Yeah.
Exactly. So what we give away in this show today is 5 passes for 3 months of free trial on NAS. So you will get access to your own data engine, and you will be able to use cloud Jupyter version of what you usually use as a data scientist, which is because Jupyter Notebook is the most used interface in data science. You need to install it on your computer, but we have put it in on the cloud, and we added more features like scheduling features, and this is what NAS is about. It's actually a cloud and supercharged version of Jupyter that will help you make data science, automation, AI really easily. So we are very happy to have a few folks from your show coming in and testing NAS for 3 months. So just subscribe, and we will
Amazing.
randomly choose some people at the end of the show. So yeah, this
This
is
is
our
this is super
giveaway.
cool.
Thanks.
This is
We're
super
happy to
cool,
do that.
Jeremy. And exactly. We have more people. We have Ayush joining in. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Ayush, how are you?
Good.
Oh, we have my manager, John Malais, joining in. Hey, John, how are you?
Hi, John.
We have Itisar. Hello. LinkedIn user. I suspect who's it. Not very sure. Okay. Srinivas. Hello. Ayush says Jupyter Notebook and Lab is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Super cool. We have Pradnya. She says hi. Hey, Pradnya. So yeah, I think we should get going. Jeremy, what I think is just to start with, we should have Ayush join in. Okay. Was
I
there
think
a
we had.
technical glitch?
Yeah, it seems like we had a glitch. Hello.
see Jeremy. Jeremy, can you see? Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. I don't know what happened.
But you're frozen, Jeremy.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I was unable to come back. Hope
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
use.
You seem to be frozen in your. I think the best is to just connect. Jeremy, the best is to connect back. Maybe for you. There
Okay.
you are.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yes, Matthew. Oh, I can hear you, Jeremy, but I think you're still frozen out there.
Okay.
Matthew, yes, we're just facing some heavy technical issues. That what I can understand right now, but don't know. Jeremy, why don't you just switch it off and just turn it back on? I think it should work. You never know with live streams what can happen. Okay. Yeah, Matthew, I can see Jeremy as well, but he's frozen for me. I don't know for what reason. Uh-huh. All right.
Is it better?
Shreya says Jeremy's. Is it from mine? Okay, Jeremy, you be here. I'll... Hello.
Hey, is it okay?
Yes, I think it looks good.
I think we had a glitch between you and me. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so we can get started again.
Oh, yes, exactly. It's never late. It's always good, but yeah, you can never say with live streams what can happen, and this is how it works. But we still have people there. Yes, hello. We just started off again. Maybe we're facing some internet issues, but I guess we're back with COVID. Maybe we spoke about COVID. That's the reason COVID actually heard it well, and then like it just cut off us. But then I think everything looks clear now. So Lakshmi says it's clear. Kevin says hello. Hello. Okay, done. Okay, so Jeremy, just about you wanted to know a little about you. How did you start with Naas project, and what was the early stage about it? So
Yeah, I think I'm not hearing you that clear, but we can start, and I can maybe chat a bit about me and what happened and why we created Naas. So basically,
yes, definitely.
I was not at all into anything in mathematics or finance before starting my career. I was more into languages, art, history, music. And actually, when I was 18 to 20 years old, my dad told me that I needed to continue my studies. I wanted to stop it, but it was the beginning of the financial crisis. So I got to do a loan to the bank, and I was really thinking to myself, "But what is really this economy about? Is the cash mine? What's going on, and why is the economy so strange? I didn't understand it." So I dig into finance. I went into a master degree in finance, and then I entered a company where I was supposed to do a reporting on cash flow. So nothing was done on cash flow. Cash is always like not seen as the very priority in business, but it's a wrong idea because it's really the lifeblood of any business. But we are always focused on revenue, margin, and everything, and not that much on cash. So this company needed me to build an Excel spreadsheet that I was consolidating every day and every week to make the cash flow forecasting and know how much cash there was in the group of companies I was working for. But Excel was good, but not enough. And really, really, really fast, it became not enough. Because of the flexibility of Excel, you can feel that you do pretty much everything. You can do really nice dashboarding, really nice consolidation. If you do a bit of VBA, you feel like you have it. But when it comes to scalability, auditability, and concerning your PC computing power, it's always a bit complicated when it comes to run big macros during 4 hours. I'm sure that a lot of people have experienced long Excel spreadsheet loading different data. So this came to me like something was missing. And after this first experience, I went into big corporate, which is listed in the French stock exchange. And I came to the conclusion that this problem was still in the big corporates. Access to data, easy access to data for anybody in the company should be more easy, more flexible, and shouldn't be only an IT thing, an IT or a tech kind of thing. When you come from the business, you need to access data. When you're in finance, data is the lifeblood. It's like your raw material. And when you come to understand that accessibility of data can be done easily, then another world opens. And it's no more frustration. It's much more like a good feeling that everything is accessible, and that if you know a bit of data scripting, you can do a lot. So this is, in short, my story and why we have created Naas. Because for the past 4 years now, Naas has been created by my company, which is called CashStory. And we have been operating and integrating data project and dashboarding project for finance department in different big corporates here in France. And most recently with the COVID, we switched and we wanted to open source the products we were using for our projects for those companies. And this is why we open source two of our products, Naas, which is the data engine, and Bob, which is an aggregator of tools that we use for our different projects. So this is in short my story and why we're here today.
But then it's amazing. What you can hear me, Jérémy? All right. I think
I can hear you. I can hear you pretty well.
Okay, because I just heard from Matthew that my audio was off, but looks like
no, it's okay.
It's okay. Issue now. Looks great. Okay, superb. So we had some technical issues, but then everything sorted now. Feels good. What a story, Jérémy. Obviously, I being a guy from finance myself, I can just hear what you're saying there, because there's so much in data science that we always there's always so much to learn actually, and data analytics being such a huge topic now. This seems to be like a journey that you've just started off, and I know there's so much coming for you down the line. So the launch of Naas is happening on the 15th of November, right?
Yeah, it's happening on the 16 max. Wow. The 15 is the date, but we may have some new stuff we want to implement on the last minute, and maybe we're not sure yet, but 15 is the good date to remember.
Amazing, that's super. So we had Ritika.
We are launching on Product Hunt. If you guys want to check it out, it's Product Hunt launch. So if you guys have an account on Product Hunt, please check us out. We're going to build the page today, and the page is going to be live tonight. And hopefully, a lot of guys in Product Hunt and in the Ravit Show network could upvote us to make this product a good launch success.
Oh, definitely. We are always there to support, and I've always been that person who would be, sending out people to your website. And the launch of your product, it's very important. And I have known it closely. We have spoken about it so many times. We have known how important it will be going forward for folks to have everything, all the data in just one place, and that's it. They just need to go out there, and everything's out there for them, and they can work very easily. They have Jupyter Notebook out there. They can do
and no tech installation is needed, which is really a cool stuff. Because when I first started in data, I was like, okay, Jupyter Notebook is probably one of the most used tool in all the field of data science. Everybody knows Jupyter
Exactly.
Notebooks. It's a really simple interface. You just need to download it, and still you need to download it. And still, this step is a showstopper sometimes for people that have no technical knowledge. They cannot open a terminal. They cannot install on their own machine the Jupyter server, the Python server, and everything. So making it available in the cloud is so much better and so much valuable for us. As a finance guy, I teamed up with the tech guy, with my CTO, with Martin, to make this happening. And once we had it set up, it was a real pleasure to work and discover and build new stuff on this platform. So yeah.
So cool. Superb. So Manisha Jain says, okay, going great, amazing show. Thank you. So the things, Jeremy, what you're saying is so relatable because people nowadays think that, there's always technical stuff attached to something like all the products, but it's not. It's so easy because it's so accessible there. You've created that project where you have taken yourself into consideration being a non-technical guy. If you're a non-technical guy, how it works. So yeah, amazing. Okay, so we have Kate Strackney. Oh, hi, Kate. So she's I don't know for what weird reason it always gives a LinkedIn user for her, but then yeah, she's here. So hi, Kate. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing. Manpreet is here. She says, hi, Jeremy. Looking to learn a lot through the session. Surely, Manpreet, ask some amazing questions if you have.
I'm happy to answer any question you may have because there is a lot to tell. We can just chat very long about all the journey and all the things we have been passing through since the beginning of my career and the CashStory journey as well, because it's been really tough building and iterating on the really nice infrastructure. If we talk about the technical aspect of it. Because what we want to do is actually make sure that anybody can have their own data engine, and that this data engine is basically a Jupyter interface where you can run the notebook, but you also want to have it like facilitating the access to data. So what we've built is a layer of drivers of a library. So you can check it out on Python. There is a Naas library, a Naas driver library. Naas library can do things like scheduling notebooks, which is not really common, and people are not used to see that sort of features in the Jupyter. You need to have an Airflow or whatever other orchestrator on top of it. But Naas is an orchestrator on its own. So you can really just call naas.scheduler and put in parentheses your frequency of refresh. And this notebook you see, where you can have code, when you can have text, where you can explain business logic, all those notebooks can be run and scheduled at a certain period of time. So this was a real challenge, first off, because we needed to be able to build an infrastructure in AWS with Kubernetes and Docker that enable each container, each engine to live on its own. So Ravit as an engine, Jeremy as an engine, but everybody use mutualized services that can run jobs and enable easy access to data. So you have also facilitators. The Naas drivers are the facilitators, and the Naas features are the scheduling and asset exposition, use notebook as API. Those are the different features we can have. And they are all made to facilitate the scripting experience. When you have 50 lines of Python to do one stuff, we reduce it to one line to make it really accessible. If you want to connect to a Google spreadsheet, you will do Naas driver Google and enter the spreadsheet ID, enter the spreadsheet name, and you get it straight in your Jupyter. It's really all about facilitating the scripting experience to make data science, automation, and AI really, really accessible. And so if you guys want to check out later, maybe you can, I've just done the first promo video today, and it's on the YouTube channel of CashStory. So if you guys want to check it out, we will love to have your feedbacks. This use case is about, it's actually about a proper use case I got myself on trading. I wanted to access those machine learning thing. You know, you hear about it all the time, but you're like, wow, how am I going to access all this stuff? It's so complicated. It looks so complicated for me. So we just made a use case on Naas, very simple, where you can understand how it goes and how the flow goes in Naas. You start with the simple email reminder. Then you add up features and features and features. And in the end, you have an automatic email that can bring you sentiment analysis. So you scan the news and you get a glimpse of is it positive, negative? Or you can predict the future data points using regression methods that are pretty commonly used in the field. But we are also adding up some trading techniques about what kind of indicator you need to calculate. So all that stuff we've put in the video, and we hopefully want to see reaction on this as people will understand what we are trying to achieve and maybe use it for their own purpose and try to discover new trading opportunity, let's say. But this is only one use case. It can apply to many other stuff, and I'm really happy to have feedbacks on this, and really looking forward to get a lot of feedbacks on this video, and hopefully some free trial people will try to use it on their end and maybe get it for good.
So I can just give them a sneak peek of. So
if you go to the 3 minute kind of thing, you can 3 or let's say 5 minutes maybe, because the story I tell is about, you can go here, and here you can see how we can plot chart in only one line of Naas driver. In one Naas driver you can do it. You can also see the stock prediction. I'm talking about all that in the video, so if you guys want to check it out, that would be really nice to get feedbacks.
Amazing. So what I'll do is I will also quickly share this link for folks to just have a look at it. Okay. Yeah. So I'll do that. Just after the show, I'll make sure this on the same post itself, I post the video link, and sounds like a plan. This is like an amazing plan for the launch. I think you're all set for the, you just like, I know, how does it feel, just being so close to the, the launch?
Yeah, it's really kind of cool experience and cool feeling, because finally you say to yourself, okay, thanks God, finally people are going to see what we do in the background for the past years. We've been, as I told you, we've been using it for almost 2 years. We've been using those, it was not even called Naas. We just managed to put a name on it to really put it on the market, because we were just using our Jupyter notebooks in the cloud and using our drivers and our facilitators to do our data project really fast. So now we made a really big job for the past 2-3 months to package it and make sure that it's understandable, it's easy to get, and so it's really a good experience to work on that sort of thing. And even more when you are launching an open source product, because for an open source product you need to have a lot of standards. You need to respect a lot of standards so anybody can read your code, make sure they can understand what you do and everything. So it's a relief, actually.
Yes.
It's really nice feeling.
Yes,
I like it.
I can just feel that excitement. I've always spoken to you in the background, and I know how excited you are about the product. And it makes me excited whenever I hear you about what you've done so far, being a finance guy, and you've reached to this place where you've launched complete new product, which would be so helpful for everyone. But yeah, we have some amazing comments coming in. So we have Andrew Jones. Hey, Andrew, how are you? So Andrew Jones is one of my very good friend. He's owning this Data Science Infinity company for himself. He's creating some amazing courses. Go and check Andrew's website. It's amazing. He's been a great instructor in data science field. So do not miss it. Thanks, Andrew, for this. All right, we have Naman Jain. Hi, Naman. Very insightful session. So we have a question as well. Pradnya asked, is it like Azure ML Studio?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. But you know, they had the Microsoft team has some notebooks running for the past year, I think, or 1 or 2 years. But they just shut off this notebook as a service system to go to Azure ML Studio and to merge the different services.
Right.
What we are using is not exactly what Azure and Microsoft is doing, because we got inspired, and this is important to say to everybody here. We got inspired by Netflix, the Netflix infrastructure. There is tons of materials about what they do at Netflix to make data available to all their employees. So basically, they are using notebooks for connecting every data point. They are getting every data of you, me, everybody watching the video, and everything is triggered through notebooks. And all the infrastructure is built on those notebooks. So we just digged really deep into what those guys were doing, and we tried to adapt it for us. And now we try to open it to everybody. So let's try to see if people understand. In terms of the technical structure, it's much inspired by those guys at Netflix, and we still follow a lot. So I really invite you guys, if you want to dig more into what exactly we have been building, check out what Netflix says in their Jupiter conference. They have been doing it once a year for the past 3 years, explaining what is their way of seeing the access to data. And we are following that path as we are launching now Naas to the world. And hopefully, even those guys at Netflix, hopefully will use it one day.
That's amazing. I guess you're learning from the best, and we trust in that product, Naas, completely. I trust myself, because you have a great example, and you're being transparent about the infrastructure very well. That this is how you've bought in, and this has been your inspiration to create the project. I think it will be a win-win for everyone. That's for sure.
Yeah. Everything is really open.
Yeah, we have another question from Kalyan Prasad. It's how do you make wise decision with financial data at CashStory? Okay.
There's a lot of way to approach the question, because so wise for us is a key word in our culture, because we want to make sure that finance is not used for the same purpose that we've been using finance for the past 50 years, which brought us in this situation, which is not good for the future, because finance should be really, and finance and cash overall should be a good, should be the fuel that could bring us to some advanced cause on how we can make a better usage of data to take decisions. Right. So it's not about only financial data, it's about the data overall. And I've seen so many companies, like, they only look at the financial data, but they don't integrate environmental data, they don't integrate like market data or everything like this. Right. So hopefully with Naas, what you can do is, like, you can still access your company's financial data, you can still connect to your ERP or whatever, but you can easily also plug yourself to the UN database or the World Bank database or any other data or API that can bring the two kind of data much more accurately in your financial, in your reports, in your business reports. So you can take like wise decision based on not only finance. You base your decision on finance and non-financial data. It's never about finance only. It's always about the business, always about the operation, always about the context. So I would answer to that as this way, like it's not only financial data that helps us, it's the whole thing. And this is why I've been coming from finance, but trying to unlock and try to get rid of those chains from finance to be sure that everything could be mixed together and that the data could be seen and understood accurately, not only based on financial indicators, but more than that, environmental issues, social, and everything.
Oh wow, that's definitely helpful in terms of finance.
I think this is a trend in finance. Right. I see here with my clients today. So those guys are trying to understand better. COVID has been a game changer. Like, okay, my store is closed over there in this country because of the COVID. So I need to change my budget and my forecast, obviously. and this, if it's not closed, then I can reopen. So you see how an input from the outside world can really make a lot of sense into your business.
That's so true. We are talking of your brand page. Your homepage is wonderful, clear. Jeremy, so great. Stephanie Cron
Thank
says,
you.
"Hey, Steve, it looks amazing. Trust me. Yes, exactly. That's what I've always wanted to say myself too. That it is very clear that this is what we are doing and this is what we are creating for folks out there. So yeah, it has to be that clear. I think the product page should look that clear and very
And as it's a
straightforward.
technical product, it was really a challenge to really make sure that anybody that knows Jupyter and don't know Jupyter can come to the website and say, okay, let's start a new way of working with Jupyter Notebook. But I don't know what Jupyter Notebook is. So it was, very difficult to make sure that everybody understands the message we're trying to do.
And exactly, it's very clear, straight, and this is how it works. So yeah, and okay, so we have another question from Lakshmi S. Is this a kind of Google collab with scheduling and other added feature? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Exactly. So you have the same. It's Jupyter Collab. Google Collab is also based on Jupyter, right? They changed the UI. We didn't change anything about the UI. We just made the green color, which is the mother company CashStory color. We just put it on and replaced it. But apart from that, we are really having the same UI as Jupyter. But what we have added is scheduling feature, notebook as API feature, which is really cool if you want to send data to your notebook or call your notebook to get an answer. So you can also expose asset. You can keep your secrets. If you have some, let's say, user and password, you can keep your secret. You can expose your notebooks through another domain as well. There is a lot of cool NAS features that have been added to the standard Jupyter experience. And there is also all those NAS drivers I was telling you about, which are the connection, the integration to different tools and systems to get instead of 30 lines of Python, you get only one line and you call the NAS driver, and it gets you the data frame you need. So obviously, it's really based on the same fundamentals. Google Colab, DeepNote, all those guys are making amazing work in the data science field. Let me be clear. We are not trying to compete with those guys. They have their own authenticity. What we want to do is really trying to bridge the gap and trying to push even more Jupyter notebooks to the hands of people that are spending too much time in Excel, VBA, and are getting crazy about it, because taking too much time processing, it's too difficult to audit. You see what I mean? It's obviously those kind of stuff is the focus we want to have. Make it really ready for business people to use.
True, that makes complete sense. It's not the time to compete, it's always to look at them and learn, and that's what I think NASA started doing from the initial stage itself, and that's how I think it goes up to the success. That's very cool, Jeremy. Okay, we have another question from Naman Jain. What was the thought behind it, and how do you get this idea of NAS?
Actually, the thought behind it was I was, as I told you, I was blocked in my work. I was really feeling chained. I couldn't do more than Excel long extraction from my different tools, ERP system, treasury system, Excel spreadsheet from this other guy from this other place, and then putting everything together and doing the consolidation work and everything. And I was doing it on my own in my previous job. And I was no, this cannot continue. I want to have flexibility. And anytime I wanted to ask my IT team in the company I was working with, it was obviously not their priority. I was instantly asking for things and new stuff and new update and new query and everything, and they couldn't keep up with my needs. So it's really because of this that we have started thinking, okay, how do we don't rely onto any technical guys to be able to access data?
Wow.
And I hope this will serve a lot of companies as well, because for the past year, for the past 3 to 4 years, trust me, we've been in meetings where people are really like chatting and really loud to each other, like IT guys, finance guy, like, I don't want to do your reports, and then you're not giving me any answer on anything. And those guys, finally, when you put them together, they're like, but okay, you are a finance guy. You want to access data more easily? They answer yes. And the IT team says,
Exactly.
you're an IT team. You don't want to take care of all the data requests. You're not like the dog of this guy. And to say, yes, I'm not it. So basically, the two people can really understand each other to that point that data and quality of data and everything around data is the business area. It's like the guy who knows the business knows better the data, always. And the guy who knows the IT knows better the infrastructure. So he knows better how to make it robust, or to make it secure, how to make it accessible. So it's not even a competition in that sense. Those guys need to work together. The IT can provide the infrastructure, and the business can just query the data as much as they need. This is the whole idea behind that.
Wow, and it's like more of automation. As much as possible, you have automated everything for not to be reliable on anyone. You don't need to rely on anyone. You just need to do it yourself. It's there,
Yeah.
your platform, your own stuff. You can save everything there. Maybe a small password as well. You can just go and feed in, and you can access it anytime, and you can easily access everything. So yeah, that makes complete sense too. But then it's a great just take away that, okay, you have a problem, create your own product. And that's what Jeremy has done for himself. It's like, I had a problem facing Excel, so many things, so many spreadsheets. I actually went out and created my own product, which is like an inspiration, Jeremy, and it's very cool. So yeah, that takes me to another question about data science. As we're talking about technical stuff, what will you recommend how to start a career in data science, so that we can go on that level? Ritika Sharma. Okay.
Start with the problem. Start with the one problem you have. If you look at the video I've just published on the YouTube channel, my problem, like the use case we're trying to solve, is like, okay, I need to start trading. What I need to do to start trading? I need to have some push of information every day to tell me, okay, you should look at the stocks today. And from this, you can iterate and add and build more features. So this is the whole inspiration we got from the video on YouTube. It's about like trying to see how by iteration and little iteration you can build the whole product and use different features, which is the sentiment analysis if you want to analyze text, which is the linear regression if you want to predict in the future. There is different set of tools, but you're not gonna learn any data science. I think there is no data scientist like in the proper like sense of it. There is only people working with data and with a different level of expertise and understanding of how deep the 1 and 0 goes. It's about abstraction. Like it's another layer of abstraction that we are trying to put a high level of abstraction with the Naas driver and the Naas formulas. But basically, it's all about knowing and understanding what is behind the interface you're using. So work on something, work on a project, try to figure out one project you would like to develop. Check out what we have on our GitHub, because this little product we've built for the demo is open source. Everything will be. So hopefully with those different notebooks, we put open source, and it's called the Awesome Notebooks, by the way. It's a repository that we have been, that is listed on GitHub on the famous Awesome list. So we are registered on this list, and you can figure out a lot of different topics on CRM, on social network, and a lot of different notebooks that can help you understand how to deal with that. So I would say start with the problem you have and try to iterate and try to build, and don't go so many hours into the mathematics and everything. I'm not a good mathematician myself. I was really bad at mathematics, but still I understand the essence of what we're trying to do, and this is how I figure out how to assemble the different bricks that makes it a good product.
Wow.
Or a good solution.
I think the main crux here is about finding a problem, and if you find a problem for yourself, don't get into too much of a complex problem, because that will get you all confused, and you'll just be like, oh no, I just can't do it. Maybe start with a small problem, and once you start solving it, you'll reach a level where you
Exactly.
can actually feel that confident about solving more problems altogether. And that's what Jeremy did. So go ahead, do
Yeah.
the same thing.
And that's
Okay,
what you
so
could do as
Jeremy.
well. Yeah. You can do as well, Ravit. If you have a problem, you can just say, okay, I need to email this many people. I want to automate that stuff. There is a solution in NAS to do it. So you have a few notification feature and sending email through text that could bring you to send automated emails. And this could be a nice way to
Wow.
start on as well. There is
Wow, this
everybody has his own use case. That's what I mean. Everybody has his own use case regarding data and their daily life, and they don't even realize it. It's about getting the data from your bank, because you need to log on to your bank interface, and you want to just have the little spreadsheet or the little file that will make you analyze your cash flow. So
exactly.
anything can be a little topic, and so anybody can really jump into data and see later by iteration what they need to do and what they need to learn to make it a project that works for them.
Exactly. This sounds like so much fun already, because I think
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
using that's for sure. Because if it automates my emails and all of those stuff, who wouldn't want something like that? So that I am for sure, going back and coming back to you, Jeremy, and asking about
Next
how it
video.
works. But obviously,
Next video we'll do that.
definitely, that's
We'll
something.
try to show in the next promo video how to send email automatically. It's gonna be
Oh
well,
yes.
it's what we have on the roadmap. So stay tuned on those
Oh,
YouTube
definitely,
channels and videos.
definitely. Definitely. Also, after the launch, maybe we can go live and we can also show everyone, everything automated, how it works and these things. So yeah, definitely
Yeah, that
do.
would be great. Yeah.
Okay. So Matthew Emerick asks, how do you think you will expand upon this?
Um, let's be honest. We hope this will go big, like really big, because all the infrastructure we've built can scale, like the AWS server, Kubernetes, and everything. All this thing is made to scale, and we have one concern is how to maintain different engines for everybody and scale this infrastructure. And as we are inspired by those guys at Netflix, it's funny because they are using the same stack. So recently in France, we have been having a big demand of those kind of services, and we knew from AWS that Netflix was taking a lot of space in our containers, let's say. So we think that
Right.
technically we can do good scaling of those different machines, and we hope that the open source community will help us, build also a thing that is higher than ourselves. Basically, it's not about us anymore when you launch a product like this and when it's open source. It's about people and how people will use it. So I'm really happy to chat and to understand how people will use NAS to their own needs, and make sure that it can go, like, it can work for business people, it can work for enterprise, because if those guys want to build some kind of similar architecture as Netflix, they can really ask us and we will explain everything we know. If those guys are only like you and me, and you just want to do some tradings, you just want to send some emails like this, you can also have your own NAS. And I would love someday my mom to be using a NAS for getting their bank statement and make sure that they follow their accounts.
Exactly.
It can work for basically all kind of use case. So we are really looking forward to test it on the market and to see where is the good fit, where is the place where people have the most use of NAS.
Exactly. That's I think the best plan to have a track of people where all we can folks can actually use NAS. Maybe a bank, maybe say even for the daily savings, if we can use NAS, why not? Maybe make it for daily use, and that's what the plan is. So sounds like a plan,
Yeah.
a very good plan. I'm sure this will go way far than what we are thinking, and we'll be again be back once it's launched and everything's in place and all of those things is automated. We'll actually give that a quick sneak peek to folks that how it actually works very smoothly. So yeah, definitely that's happening.
Yeah, we'd be happy to do that.
Definitely. So we have Neeraj Satpall joining. Very interesting stuff. Good to see you, Ravit and Jeremy. Okay, hi Neeraj. He has a question. Neeraj Satpall. Okay, do you reckon this does not require a major IT infrastructure change or the hiring of a team programmers? It can help overcome management resistance in such case.
Yeah, actually, if you consider what we've been trying to build, which is you just log in and you can access data, it means that everything is below that is abstracted to all cloud services. I mean, if you use the SaaS version of it, if you are a company and you want to integrate NAS into your infrastructure, you will need to take care of the infrastructure yourself. It's open source, so we won't charge you for this, but you will be in charge of maintaining this at scale infrastructure. So if you are talking about integrating this in a major company that will obviously choose to put it on their server or on their own AWS cluster or Microsoft or whatever, or Google, then yes, you will still have to maintain, because this is what my team is doing in the backend. We are working on maintaining the infrastructure, making sure that we can push new drivers that help people make easy access to their data. We need to actually have a team working on this. We are a bunch of 10 people now working on this project. And as we hope to expand, there will be more engineers working on our side. But what we need is really to put it as a SaaS, to make sure that the essence of what we're trying to achieve is respected. Like, you just log in, you enter your NAS, and you can start scripting. I don't know if it's answered the question correctly, but basically you will still need programmers, and in your current in your big corporate infrastructure, you will still need programmers to take care of it, less than any other kind of tool. But it's always about, and when we talk about this business infrastructure, it's always really tied to the culture, the operations, the way the company is run. So there is no proper answer to this except the one I've just tried to develop. Like,
Yes.
I think it's always a question of how the company as a culture, like, are they cloud ready? Are they not cloud ready? Do they want to use SaaS? So many questions need to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, I guess there are many aspects to this, and definitely when we get deeper into NAS, it gets complicated, and that's where your work starts to, automate things for folks to not get. So the actual interface should look very easy, and at the back end, you're just working to make it easy. So that's the job, and that's what the
Exactly.
product does.
The shorter pitch we have is as simple as paper, as powerful as robots. So it needs to be like, access to data should be only like as simple as writing on paper. That's the target. So let's see.
I think that's how it should work, because everyone wants it as simplest as possible. Asking me as a user, if I can do something like, obviously just write on a paper and quickly make people understand this is how it works, this is how diagram looks like, then I think I've won the whole scenario. And if it's happening on a product, then nothing like it, I think. So yeah. Okay, so just picking some comments here from Stephanie. Great quality on working, transparency, and great cooperation with colleagues. Wonderful, amazing. So yeah, obviously, I guess the transparency which you're keeping, Jeremy, would definitely be great for the company, and that's how I think this is what open source looks like, and people should be happy about it. That you're also keeping that transparency, outside for everyone. We have Ritika. She's like, you are a real inspiration from finance role to data science. So exactly, I always say that to Jeremy as well, because I belong to finance field, and that's what I say that, Jeremy, how did you even shift to to something like data? And then I realized that I myself is a marketer for data books, and work into data field. So how important data field is, we already know about it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So
are all
before
connected to data.
go ahead, please, Jeremy.
No, we are all connected to data. I was just mentioning this. It's like everybody's connected to data, and there is so little programmers. There is only 0.5% programmers. So do we need to put everything on their hands, or do we have to learn about it and just make it our own? I think there is so much to do and so many more things to explore. But people need to be more interested into what is code, because what we do with the Naas driver is low code. We simplify even more the code itself.
Exactly.
So there is a lot of stuff doing to do, like facilitation and so that more people can use those kind of techniques. So I guess it's just only the beginning, and hopefully people will realize that understanding more the coding and what is below the coding is a good way of pumping your career as well, because tomorrow no finance guy will be able to work if they have no knowledge about data. Let's be clear about it. And there will be a lot of other topics about it, like a lot of other work or jobs that will be tied to data. And if you don't have the data skills, if you don't know how to make a query, if you don't know how things work when you need to clean data and transform it to make it accessible in a report, then you will be like useless in the company, really. And I really fear about this. And I want this product to help people like pump up the data skills and make sure that they are confident and they can sell themselves as, okay, I know what I'm talking about. AI is not this far away thing. It's not far away. It's really close. I can access it easily, right, and I can explain it. I'm really inspired also by Dennis Rodman, which is he explained about explainable AI. Explainable AI is really important for me as well. So everything should be put in motion in that direction. How to make it more accessible, more explainable, and I hope to see a lot of things in this field.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. And also, if you just took the name of Dennis Rodman, he's also one of our authors who's created some amazing stuff. This is his book, and this
exactly
looks amazing.
But even what Kate is doing, what Dennis is doing, what all those guys are doing in the fields is really amazing. It's like how to democratize this access to data, and I think there is still a big road to go in that direction.
Exactly, I completely agree, Jain, with you. Yeah. Also, just before we announce our winners, which is like the main, I'm very excited to know the winners as well. I don't know, guys, who's the winner. It's with Jérémy. Jérémy knows who are the winners. But what we'll do is quickly take 1-2 last questions, and I'm sure there are many more questions which are unanswered. But Jérémy will make sure that he goes back and answers them. Otherwise, you can reach out to Jérémy. He is an amazing person. He'll be very quick to respond to your queries. But okay, we'll just quickly take Alok's question. Can we update libraries while working in Naas?
Yes, you can. Exactly, you can. Everything is accessible. There is no hidden part of it. So you can just relaunch your Naas and make sure that you can update your library. Everything is really open, so you'll see. Check it out.
Amazing. Yeah. There's another question from Teena Mary. I know Teena is doing a great job in sharing some amazing content on LinkedIn, but she asked about Explainable AI.
Oh, Explainable AI. I'm not the guy to talk about it. There is Dennis, which is the master of Explainable AI. But what you can understand about Explainable AI is the way we can explain AI to anybody, and how AI should be documented. And if you see the different shows Dennis is doing, he's always using a Google Colab interface where he can write the code and the text, and he can explain this way the different steps. What is amazing with Jupyter Notebook, and what you need, guys, if you guys don't know about Jupyter, what you need to remember is that it's an interface, simple as paper, where you can write text and you can write code and you can run these cells to show graphs, to show tables and everything. So this is the simplest and minimalist way we can do data. And I really believe in that solution, because you cannot do more simple than that. So hopefully we can see a lot of explanation about the different algorithm and what AI is doing through those notebooks. So keep in mind this, and you will see more. I think more and more notebooks, and in the future we will share probably the notebook file as we were sharing the Excel file before. I really think about it. I'm really feeling it. We are already, between the different teams and data people that we are working with.
Wow.
It's the notebook file is already seen as the same as an Excel. Like, send me your notebook file as the same as we were saying before. Like, can you send me your Excel spreadsheet for this and this? So I think
Amazing.
there is a lot of, and it's even better than Excel because you can explain, you can write text, you can write business logic. It's like a Word plus an Excel together. So no more need to have different documentation in different places. Everything is on the same place,
Exactly.
and you just need to run it.
Yes, exactly. And Teena, if you wish to know about Explainable AI, I would actually point out at Denise himself. So this is where you can find Denise Rothman. He's the guy. He is an amazing author. You can reach out to him. He'll explain you everything about Explainable AI in detail. So yeah, Jeremy looks superb. There's George Enrique. I'm excited to use it with my work team. Okay, amazing. Alok says thanks for the answer. So I think more or less we have answered most of the questions which were asked in the show. But if still people have some questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Jeremy. He's the guy. He's building some amazing stuff for himself. If you have any questions, just go to him and he'll be happy to answer about the product NAS. And yeah, definitely. So, Dennis, would which is the best place to find you and have a conversation with you about anything? If people want to reach out to you,
it's on LinkedIn. Obviously, we do everything. It's going to be LinkedIn and YouTube, our two channels. So we will push the videos of what we do to the YouTube channel, and you can just add me, message me on LinkedIn. I'll try to answer to all the message. So
amazing.
Just
this is where you can find. Yes, Jeremy
Yeah.
is the guy. You can get in touch. And so yeah, now it's time to announce the winners who get 3 months free pass for NAS, which is launching on which is launching on the 15th of November. So I'm excited for this. This is how it looks. I'll just give them a quick sneak peek of your website. Yes. So this is where people registered. You can also register it and get a 14-day free trial if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, everybody that is registering in that page will also have the 14 days free trial. So
amazing.
There will be only 5 winners, but everybody will get the free trial.
Superb. So let's get going. I guess we are good. So who are these 5 winners, Jeremy?
So there is Vipul Shinde. So we can maybe write it. I can send it to the comment space, or should I? I cannot write.
What we'll do is we'll shoot an announcement for that as well. That these people have won.
Okay. So there is Matthew Emerick, there is Chayan Katruya, there is Johan Ruel, there is Naman Jain. 5 people, 5 winners.
Wow, superb. So Vipul Shinde, Matthew Emerick, Chayan Katruya, Johan Ruel, and Naman Jain. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. You have 3 months free trial. You can reach out to Jeremy. I will share your email addresses. You can share it with me, and I think Jeremy already has because you've registered yourself. So
yeah,
you have the chance now for next 3 months to use NAS, which is amazing. One last time, where you can find NAS is, I'm just sharing my screen so people can know. I'll just quickly let them drive over here. Okay, just a second. This is how it looks. Your NAS is.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the landing page.
So it's Naas.ai. So it's not changing after the launch as well. It will be the same, right,
It
Jeremy?
will remain the same. It will
Naas.
remain the same. NAS, NAAS.ai. As simple as that.
Wow. So connect all your data and automate workflows. This makes so much sense. Now I am so much smarter with data and automation. I feel like using it myself. So I'm surely going to do that. NAS is inspired by Netflix. Wow. So this is what transparency looks like. And great stuff, great product. I think, Jeremy, it's amazing. So I'll also share the YouTube link where you've explained everything so people can know more about the
Yeah.
product. This
This
looks
is the
amazing.
first use case on trading, and we will push a lot more videos on different topics. So even we can find a topic together and we can do a video about it.
Oh, definitely. Every time up for NAS always because it's actually creating some amazing stuff. So Lakshmi found it a great session. Okay, thank you everyone for joining in. It was a great session indeed. I have learned a lot, and with NAS, we are excited for the launch as well. Jeremy, all the best to you and your team. You've been doing amazing job.
Thank you very
We are
much.
there,
Thank you.
we are there to support you and we are there for the launch. So yeah, take care,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank
Have a
you.
nice
Thank you
evening.
very much, everybody, and have a very nice end of the day.
Yes. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Bye, Jeremy.
Bye
See you.
bye. See you.